So a very good afternoon to all of you. Hope you are all fine at your places. Today there is a lecture number 4, and in this lecture we are discuss about the output equation of the transformer. In my previous lectures we were seeing that there are 3 types of machines available in electrical. One is generator, another is motor, and the third one is called as the transformer. The transformer is basically a static device, whereas the generator and the motor are both are rotatory devices. But all the 3 machines are basically work on Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. And I had already told you in my previous lectures that in order to you can say that the principle behind the machines, the Faraday law of electromagnetic induction, and under this Faraday law of electromagnetic induction, there are 2 main important things. The number one will be the magnetism that will be obtained from electromagnets, or it called as the temporary magnets, and number 2 will be called as your conductors. Now in lecture number 3, that is where we started the design of the transformer, we are seeing that what are the various classifications of the transformer, how the transformer can be classified. Then after that we are discussing about the efficiency of the transformer. We are discussing about the various losses occur in a transformer. So now in today's lecture we will see how that you can say that the design of the transformer is carried out. Now for the design of transformer, or for the design of every machine, whether it is a generator, whether it is a motor, or whether it is a transformer, we have a simple you can say that the guideline, and under this guideline we have to design a particular machine. And the guideline for designing a particular machine is the output equation of a transformer. So now in today's lecture we are discussing what is the output equation of a transformer. I can remember, and also you can watch my previous video. In that video I will tell you about that the output equation of the transformer in case of a single phase is something like Q is equals to 2.22 F into phi m into AW, KW, and all that. Now in today's lecture we are basically the derive that output equation. So here we have derived the output equation on a single phase transformer, and we relate this single phase transformer output equation with the 3-phase output equation of a transformer. So you can say that for designing of a particular machine, whatever the machine, it is a machine like transformer, it is a machine like generator, it is a machine like motor, you have to be known that what is the output equation, and under this output equation we can calculate its main dimensions. Now what is the main dimension, that I will discuss in my next lecture. Now with this we start with the output equation of a transformer. So as I have write down that before discussing the output equation of a transformer, we have certain important things, or you can say that certain important nomenclatures that we are frequently used in case of our transformer. Now under this thing you have the number one will be Q, and this Q is called as output rating of the transformer, and it is in kVA. The comma after that we have the units. Phi m is called as main flux. Bm is called as flux density, and the flux density is flux per unit area, and the flux is phi m, and per unit area is AI. After that we have rho, that is called as the current density. Units is ampere per meter square. Next will be AI, that is called as the net iron area. Units will be meter square. Next will be AGI, that is called as the gross core area. Units will be meter square. After that AC, that is area of the copper. Now in case of a transformer, the copper is used as a winding in case of primary as well as in case of secondary. So what is the area of that copper is basically called as AC, and the units is meter square. Next we have capital D. This capital D means distance between the two core centers. That is, in case of a transformer we have primary limb and we have a secondary limb. So the distance between primary and secondary is denoted by the distance between the two core centers, and it is equals to capital D. After that we have small d. This small d means distance between the two core centers. That is, in case of a transformer we have primary limb and we have a secondary limb. So the distance between primary and secondary is denoted by the distance between the two core centers, and it is equals to capital D. After that we have small d. And this small d is diameter of circumscribing circle. Now see, what is a circumscribing circle is basically when we wound the windings on the primary side as well as the secondary side. So the wounding of the winding is always in circular in nature, and when we have a circular winding that will be wounded on primary as well as secondary winding, so the diameter of that winding is basically called as small d. It is called as the diameter of circumscribing circle. Next is F, that is called as the frequency, units is hertz. Then we have ET, that is EMF per turn, that is V. Next we have TP and TS. TP means turns on the primary side and TS is the turns on the secondary side. The continuation part, we have VP, VS. VP is the primary side voltage and VS is the secondary side voltage, and it will be measured in voltage, or we have a volt. After that, we have IP and IS, that is current on the primary side, amperes, and IS current on the secondary side, again amperes. After that, we have APAS. AP means area of the conductor used on primary side, and AS is the area of the conductor on secondary side, and it will be in mm square. Next you have PI. This PI means specific iron loss. It will be denoted in watts. Next we have PC, that is specific copper loss. Again will be having the value will be watts. Next one, AW, that is called as the area of the window, and it will be measured in meter square. And this area of the window is basically equals to AW, which is equals to HW into WW, where HW is called as the height of the window and WW is called as the width of the window, and the units were in meter. KW is called as space factor, it is a constant value, and AT is called as specific magnetic loading. So these are the important, you can say that the terms that are frequently you can use while designing a transformer. जब भी आप अपने transformer की designing करना शुरू करेंगे, numericals करना शुरू करेंगे, output equation आपके सामने है, ये करना शुरू करेंगे, so आप देखेंगे कि many times, most of the times, ये terms हमारे पास repeat होती रहेंगी. So these terms जो आपकी यहाँ repeat होती रहेंगी, तो firstly जब हमने आउटपुट इक्वेशन डिस्कस करना शुरू किया तो पहले ही हम लोगों ने इन इक्वेशंस का नोमेनक्लेचर ले लिया, बिकॉज यू नो कभी भी अगर आपके इक्वेशन में या कभी भी आपके न्यूमेरिकल में एक टर्म आती है दैट इज एपी, सो यू शुड नो कि एपी क्या है. एपी इज द एरिया ऑफ द कंडक्टर ऑन द प्राइमरी साइड. कभी अगर आपके पास आता है एच डब्ल्यू, सो यू नो कि एच डब्ल्यू क्या है, दैट इज द हाइट ऑफ द विंडो एंड सो ऑन. Clear? So up till stage, anybody having any doubt related to this nomenclature, he or she can ask me, otherwise I will start continuing and discuss the derivation related to the output equation of the transformer.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, what is small d?
Small d is basically called as diameter of circumscribing circle. See, you know, in case of a core type transformer or in case of a shell type transformer, let it take, we have a core type transformer. Now in case of a core type transformer, you have a primary winding, you have a secondary winding. Clear? Now primary winding means on a primary side आप एक wire को wound करेंगे in the form of coil, and again on the secondary side आप wire को wound करेंगे in the form of secondary coil. सी, ये जो वाइंडिंग आपकी की जाएगी प्राइमरी साइड पे या सेकेंडरी साइड पे, ये हमेशा सिलेंड्रिकल की जाएगी. तो जब ये सिलेंड्रिकल की जाएगी तो उसका डायामीटर क्या रहेगा, कितना सिलेंडर का डायामीटर रहेगा, so that it will form a, you can say that the total winding आपकी बन सके. That is called as the D, and it will be denoted as small d, and it is known as diameter of circumscribing circle. Clear?
Thank you, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so shall I continue
Yes, sir.
Shall I continue the output equation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now you can see, as I have write down, I will discuss here very easily steps. You can understood one by one each and every step. So try to understand these steps, and I had also told you that after this lecture, this is the recording video that will be provide you. You can watch the video again and again, and also I can provide the written material in your WhatsApp group, so you can take the help of this study material and solve the equation at your own places. Now it should be written down that we know that in case of a transformer, Q is equals to Vp Ip into 10 raised to power minus 3 kVA. This is the equation for the transformer, that the output of the transformer Q is equals to Vp, that is a phase voltage, primary side, Ep, that is a primary current, into 10 raised to power minus 3. And this is called as equation number 1. Now we know that primary side voltage, that is Ep, is equals to EMF per turn. We have EMF per turn and TP, that is turns on the primary side. So you can say that your EP is equals to ET into TP. So your equation number 1 becomes as Q is equals to ET TP IP into 10 raised to power minus 3. And this is called as your second equation. Now, in case of a transformer, we know that TP is a turns on the primary side and IP is equal to primary side current is equals to specific loading, that is AT. So your equation number 2 becomes Q is equals to ET AT into 10 to the power minus 3 kVA. Clear? Now, in case of a transformer, we all know transformer has EMF equation. Now, if I take about EMF equation, refer to the primary side, your EP is equals to 4.44 into F into phi m into TP. So if I combine this EP and TP, you are getting ET is equals to 4.44 into F into phi m. And this is called as your equation number 4. Now, anybody having any doubt related to these 4 equations, he or she can ask me. Or
Sir,
it
why this is 10 raised to power 3 minus 3?
minus 3 because it is in kVA, na? It is a kilo. The rating of the transformer is always in kVA. That is a kVA, kilovolt ampere. So if you take the rating of the transformer in VA only, then this 10 raised to power minus 3 will not come, na? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Fine. Shall I continue?
EP equals to ET into TP.
Yeah.
Sir, after the first equation, what is EP equals to ET into TP?
EP, that is EP का मतलब क्या है? Primary side की voltage. EP is called as the primary side voltage. Now primary side voltage क्या है? Primary side पे turns कितने हैं और एक टर्न के पीछे कितनी वोल्टेज है? Let it be एक टर्न के पीछे 2 वोल्ट है और 10 टर्न्स हैं, तो टोटल वोल्टेज कितनी हो गई? 20 हो गई ना? वही आपका EP है. या विनायक क्लियर हुआ?
लास्ट में पुट कैसे किया इसको? सर लास्ट में पुट कैसे किया?
लास्ट में आप देखिए, इन केस ऑफ अ ट्रांसफॉर्मर एज पर द ईएमएफ इक्वेशन, ट्रांसफॉर्मर की ईएमएफ इक्वेशन क्या कहती है? EP is equals to 4.44 F phi m into TP. ये ईएमएफ इक्वेशन है ट्रांसफॉर्मर की. नाउ यू कैन सी दैट दिस इक्वेशन ET क्या था आपका? इस ET में क्या है? EP into TP है ना आपका. तो मैंने क्या किया, इसकी जगह आपका जनरलाइज्ड इक्वेशन ले लिया. ये इक्वेशन आपकी जो ऊपर वाली है ये बता रही है सिर्फ ट्रांसफॉर्मर ऑन द प्राइमरी साइड. सो अगर मैं टर्न्स के अकॉर्डिंगली लेता हूं, ईएमएफ टर्न के अकॉर्डिंगली लेता हूं, तो ना मैं प्राइमरी साइड कंसीडर कर रहा हूं ना मैं सेकेंडरी साइड कंसीडर कर रहा हूं, तो उस केस में ईटी कितना है? 4.44 into F into phi m. क्लियर?
सर टीपी नेगलेक्ट क्यों हुआ?
टीपी निगलेक्ट इसलिए हुआ, रीजन बीइंग मैंने यहां पर जनरलाइज्ड इक्वेशन ली है. अगर आप इस इक्वेशन के ऊपर देखते हो, ईपी है प्राइमरी साइड वोल्टेज और टीपी है प्राइमरी साइड टर्न्स. तो अगर मैं सेकेंडरी साइड लूंगा तो क्या बनेगा? ES is equal to 4.44 F into phi m into TS. मैंने ना प्राइमरी लिया ना सेकेंडरी लिया, मैंने जनरलाइज्ड ले लिया. तो जनरलाइज्ड के केस में ना मेरा EP आएगा ना मेरा TP आएगा.
ठीक है सर.
हुआ क्लियर?
ठीक है.
हुआ क्लियर?
यस सर.
Okay, shall I continue?
Yes sir.
Okay, fine. Now you can see, you can substitute this Q value in above equation. So finally equation number 5th will become as Q is equals to 4.44 into F into phi m into AT into 10 to the power minus 3. Clear? And this equation number 5th is known as general output equation of the transformer. This is called as the general output equation. It is not for the single phase, it is not for the 3 phase. Now we know transformer, as we are discussed in our classification part, that depending upon the input supply, if the input is single phase, then we have a single phase transformer, and if the input is 3 phase, we have a 3 phase transformer. Now we are discussing about what is the output equation of a single phase transformer? You see, let us consider a single phase transformer. Now in case of single phase transformer, we have equation that is AC is equal to TP AP plus TS AS. Now AC means area of the copper. Now I have a question that copper is lies between only in the primary side and the secondary side for the winding purpose only. So that means what is the total copper area? Total copper area means number of turns on the primary side and the area of the primary side plus TS IS. TS means number of turns on the secondary side and AS is the area of the secondary winding. So you have AC is equal to TP AP plus TS AS. We have equation number 6. Now everything, if you have to calculate this cross-sectional area, that AP is equal to current upon current density, and current density is basically current upon per unit area. So that means AP is equal to IP upon rho plus AS is equal to IS upon rho. I can substitute both values AP and AS in equation number 6. You can see AC is equal to TP IP delta plus TS IS delta. And we know that in case of a transformer on the primary side, TP IP is equal to TS IT. Reason being the magnetic loading remains constant. So you can say that your AC is equals to twice AT upon delta. That is called as the current density, and we have this equation number 8. So now up till equation number 8, anybody having any doubt, he or she can ask me. Equation number 7, sorry. Clear है equation number 7 तक? Yeah, it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So you see equation number 7, AC is equals to twice AT upon current density. In case of a transformer, you have a space factor constant value, and this space factor constant value is equals to KW is equal to AC upon AW. So from this equation, what is AC? This AC will come as AW into KW. Now I can substitute this AC in above equation. You can see what will happen. So when you substitute AW, KW is equals to twice AT upon rho, and here you have twice AT is equal to AW, KW into rho, and your AT will becomes as AW, KW upon 2. Now we have equation number 10. Now what I do, simply I can substitute equation number 10 in equation number 5. You can see Q is equals to 4.44 into F into phi m into AT की जगह आ गया AW, KW rho upon 2 into 10 raised to power minus 3. So when I solve it, we can get a value that is Q is equals to 2.22 into F into phi m into AW into KW into rho into 10 raised to power minus 3. And this is called as equation number A. Hence, this equation number A represents the output equation of a single phase transformer. If we have a single phase transformer and if we have to drive the 3-phase transformer, so similarly, the only one thing that you have to change, in case of a single phase transformer, the value is 2.22, and in case of a 3-phase transformer, the value is 3.33. So means when you have to solve the numerical, when you have to solve the design problem related to the numericals, or when you have to get a design for a single phase or a 3-phase transformer, you have to see that whether the transformer is a single phase or whether the transformer is a 3-phase. Now, if the transformer is a single phase, then you can use the output equation as Q is equals to 2.22. And if the transformer is having a 3-phase, then you can use the value Q is equals to 3.33. So this is the output equation of a single phase transformer as well as the output equation of a 3-phase transformer. Clear? Now Vinayak has certain question. He has raised the hand. Vinayak, what is your question? Please tell me.
Sir, why it is 3.33?
The reason being, it is a constant value when you get a solved by 3-phase transformer. When you see on a 3-phase transformer, in case of a 3-phase transformer, you have the 3-phase winding. In case of a single phase transformer, you can say that you have a primary winding and you have a secondary winding. In case of a 3-phase transformer, there is also primary winding and there is a secondary winding. But in case of a 3-phase transformer, your net copper area will increase. So when the net copper area will increase, so it will be effect will be helping with the help of this equation that यहाँ पे जो आपकी ये इक्वेशन आ रही है ना, ये वाली इक्वेशन, that is AC is equal to TP AP plus TS AS, and here you can see it is AC is equal to TP IP upon delta plus TS I upon delta. तो यहाँ पर क्या होता है कि थ्री फेज के केस में it is twice AT बन जाता है, डबल मैग्नेटिक लोडिंग हो जाती है. थ्री फेज के केस में डबल मैग्नेटिक लोडिंग होती है, सिंगल फेज के केस में सिंगल मैग्नेटिक लोडिंग होती है. और जब आपके थ्री फेज में डबल मैग्नेटिक लोडिंग होगी, इस इक्वेशन को अगर आप कंटिन्यू करते जाएंगे तो यहाँ पर आपकी सिर्फ एक वैल्यू में चेंज आता है. सिंगल फेज में वैल्यू 2.22 होती है और थ्री फेज में वैल्यू 3.33 है.
सर रात को टॉपिक फिर से करवाना सर, फिर से रिपीट करना आपका.
कहाँ से जी? So now anybody having any doubt related to the today lecture, that is an output equation of the transformer, he or she can tell me. Yeah, anybody having any doubt?
No sir.
Okay.
No sir, no sir.
One important thing I will tell you that from tomorrow onwards we will start solving the numericals, or you can say that from tomorrow onwards we will start design a transformer. So when you have to design a transformer, as I had already told in starting of this lecture, whenever you get a design of a particular machine, you are required a certain baseline, and this output equation is the certain baseline. So the question comes when in tomorrow lecture I will start discussing with you the numerical. First of all, you have to see the client requirement, and according to the client requirement you have to see what is the you can say that design a single phase transformer or design a three phase transformer. So if it is a single phase transformer, then you can use the output equation Q is equals to 2.2222, and if you have a three phase transformer, then we have discussed that is Q is equal to 3.33. Clear? Yeah, Vinayak has again one more question. Vinayak, tell me.
Sir, what is gross core area?
Yeah, gross core area means you know.
And what is the net core area?
Yeah, I will tell you. You know, in a transformer we have a solid iron portion, isn't it? And in between a solid iron portion, हम लोग उसके सेंटर में से कुछ जगह को hollow करते हैं hollow.
Yes sir.
करते हैं जी hollow. Now there are two terms. The one term is called as net iron area, that is AI. नेट आयरन एरिया का मतलब हो गया एरिया ऑफ द ट्रांसफॉर्मर जब हमने उस चीज को यहाँ से हॉलो कर लिया हुआ है, एंड ग्रॉस कोर एरिया का मतलब हो गया जब हमने उसको हॉलो नहीं किया है. तो फॉर एग्जांपल जब मैंने एक आयरन
हॉलो मतलब
सेंटर से हम उसकी जगह को काट देते हैं. let it be I will show you, just a minute I will show you. I will try to show you like just a minute.
Yes sir.
I have there exists. If the whiteboard exists, then I will tell you. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, just a minute. Clear हुआ? तो जो सेंटर वाला एरिया जो रहता है वो हॉलो होता है. अगर मैं उस हॉलो एरिया को साथ में काउंट करता हूं, then it is a called as you can say that gross core area. और अगर सेंटर वाले एरिया को मैं नहीं लेता हूं, then it is a called as the net iron area. Clear?
Yes sir.
Okay, now we have left with only the 4 minutes. Now I request to all the participants to please mark the attendance. Or everybody has marked the attendance, I think now. So those who are already marked the attendance, very good. Those who are not marking the attendance, please mark the attendance. Yeah, anybody?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
So,
what is the capital D?
capital D means distance between the two core centers. We have a primary side, we have a secondary side. Now, what is the distance between the primary winding and the secondary winding? That is called as the distance between the two core centers. This is called as the capital D.
ठीक है sir.
Okay, fine. So by tomorrow we will start designing the transformer, or I will start with the numericals. When we start the numericals, you have the output equation, and based upon this output equation, we can try to solve the numericals.